What if I told you that one of the most powerful ways to protect your health to lower your risk of cancer, keep your heart strong, and even slow down the signs of aging might already be sitting in your kitchen right now, not in a bottle from the pharmacy, not in some expensive imported superfood, but in something so common we barely give it a second thought. I first came across this idea when a close friend of mine, Helen, who's 72, quietly transformed her health in just a few months. She didn't go on a complicated diet. She didn't buy any supplements that cost a fortune. What she did was almost unbelievable in its simplicity. And when she told her doctor about it, he didn't laugh, he asked her for the details. That got me curious. I started reading medical studies, old herbal remedies, and stories from people around the world. Again and again, I found one humble food at the center, the potato. But not the way most of us eat it. This was something different, something that when prepared in a very specific way, turns an everyday vegetable into a natural health booster you'll want to know about. When most people think of potatoes, they picture comfort food mashed with butter, baked with cheese, or crisp and golden from the fryer. We see them as a side dish, maybe even a guilty pleasure. But underneath that humble, familiar skin is a powerhouse of nutrients your body craves. Potatoes are loaded with vitamin C, which strengthens the immune system and helps the body repair itself from daily wear and tear. They're rich in B vitamins for energy and nerve health, potassium for heart function, magnesium for muscle strength, and iron to keep your blood healthy. On top of that, they're packed with antioxidants, those tiny defenders that fight off cell damage and inflammation. Now here's where it gets interesting. When you drink potatoes as fresh juice instead of cooking them, you preserve delicate enzymes and compounds that heat would normally destroy. You get their nutrients in their most active form, ready for your body to absorb and use right away. It's like the difference between breathing fresh mountain air and air from a sealed room. The quality, the purity, the vitality is completely different. And in juice form, potatoes do things for your health that baked or fried ones simply can't. The deeper I looked, the more I realized this wasn't just old kitchen wisdom, it was backed by compelling research. In Japan, Professor Kagami from the University of Akita studied potato juice extensively. His team managed to isolate a rare compound in raw potatoes that in lab tests stopped the growth of tumor cells in mice. These findings were so significant, they were presented at a cancer congress in Germany. Then there's the account of Buddhist monk Tomozawa, who devoted years to studying natural health. He claimed that drinking 250 milliliters of fresh potato juice every day could prevent cancer in up to 90% of people who tried it. Now that's a bold statement, but when you pair it with what modern science is beginning to understand about antioxidants, anti-inflammatory compounds, and phytochemicals, it's not as far-fetched as it sounds. And the benefits don't stop at cancer prevention. Studies and personal case reports suggest potato juice may help regulate cholesterol, lower blood pressure, soothe inflammation in the arteries, and even protect against cardiovascular disease. When I first read all this, I couldn't help thinking if such a simple, affordable food can have such a profound effect, why don't more people know about it? The answer may be that it's so ordinary, it's easy to overlook. But once you start to see potatoes in this new light, you realize they're far more than a comfort food. They're a quiet ally in your fight for long-term health. The more I learned, the more I saw that potato juice's benefits go far beyond what most of us imagine. For example, some doctors have reported its remarkable ability to help with respiratory problems. Dr. John Tukakov, a well-known figure in natural medicine, found encouraging results in patients with pulmonary diseases, including emphysema. For those who struggle with constant coughing, shortness of breath, or lung inflammation, that's a glimmer of hope worth noting. But its reach doesn't stop there. Potato juice contains compounds that actively regulate cholesterol levels, which in turn supports heart health and reduces the risk of plaque buildup in the arteries. Its natural anti-inflammatory properties help soothe the lining of blood vessels, improving circulation and easing the workload on your heart. And then there's the digestive tract. Beyond fighting gastritis and ulcers, which we'll explore more deeply later, this juice appears to calm the stomach and intestines, helping the body process food more efficiently while reducing discomfort. When you think about it, it's rare to find a single food that can touch so many systems in the body: the lungs, the heart, the digestive system, all without synthetic chemicals or complicated formulas. That's the beauty of nature sometimes. Its most powerful solutions are also the simplest. One of the most surprising discoveries I made was that potato juice isn't just good for what's happening inside your body, it can also transform what you see in the mirror. For centuries, people in different cultures have used potatoes as a natural skin remedy, but few know how powerful the juice can be, applied topically or consumed regularly. Potato juice can help fade dark spots, even out skin tone, and give your complexion a brighter, healthier glow. The natural enzymes and vitamin C work together to gently lighten pigmentation, while its antioxidants fight the free radicals that contribute to wrinkles and fine lines. Over time, skin becomes softer, smoother, and more resilient. And the benefits don't stop there. Potato juice has a cooling, soothing effect that can calm sunburn, reduce redness, and even speed the healing of minor burns. It's like having a natural skin treatment that costs next to nothing, and it's safe enough to use without the harsh side effects of many chemical products. I'll never forget the day my granddaughter asked if I'd been to a spa. I smiled, knowing the only treatment I'd had was my daily glass of potato juice. Sometimes beauty really does start from the inside out. If you've ever struggled with that burning discomfort of gastritis, the sharp pain of a stomach ulcer, or the constant bloating that makes every meal feel like a chore, you know how draining digestive issues can be. For many people, potato juice has been a quiet lifesaver. Dr. John Lesenzer, a respected voice in natural remedies, recommends a simple yet effective routine. Take a tablespoon of potato juice diluted with water, about 30 minutes before breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This, he explains, helps soothe the stomach lining, reduce inflammation, and give the digestive system a chance to heal itself. For more severe cases like duodenal or stomach ulcers, he suggests drinking about half a deciliter, roughly 1.7 ounces of potato juice on an empty stomach, then half that amount before lunch and dinner. Many patients have reported a noticeable decrease in pain within weeks. What makes potato juice so effective is its alkaline nature. It helps neutralize excess stomach acid without the rebound effect that can happen with some over-the-counter medications. And because it's gentle, it doesn't disrupt your body's natural balance. It works with your system, not against it. For anyone seeking relief from chronic digestive problems, this could be the small, consistent change that makes a life-changing difference. Like many natural remedies, potato juice only works if you prepare and use it correctly. And yet, this is where most people go wrong, turning what could be a health-boosting habit into a disappointing experience. One of the biggest mistakes is using green or sprouted potatoes. These contain solanine, a natural toxin that can cause nausea, diarrhea, headaches, and even more serious issues if consumed in large amounts. Always choose fresh, firm potatoes with no green spots and no sprouting. Another common error is peeling them. Many of the beneficial compounds are concentrated just under the skin, so you'll want to keep that intact, but wash them thoroughly to remove any dirt or residue. Some people also make the juice and leave it sitting for hours before drinking. This is a recipe for nutrient loss. Potato juice should be consumed immediately after preparation, while its enzymes and vitamins are still at their peak. Finally, expecting overnight results is unrealistic. Just like building strength or improving flexibility, the benefits come from consistent daily use over weeks and months. Patience and proper preparation are the keys to unlocking its full potential. Making potato juice the right way is simple, but every step matters if you want to get the most out of it. Here's the process I follow. First, choose your potatoes wisely. Pick 2 medium-sized fresh potatoes with smooth skin. Avoid any that are green, sprouting, dehydrated, or have dark spots. Organic potatoes are best since you'll be using the skin. Wash them thoroughly, scrubbing the skin under running water to remove all dirt. If you like, use a vegetable brush for extra cleanliness. Next, prepare the juice. Cut the potatoes into slices and wrap them in a clean cloth, then squeeze to extract the juice. For a faster method, use a blender or juicer. Dilute for taste and gentleness. Potato juice is mild but earthy. Mix it with a little water or blend with fresh carrot, apple, or celery juice. Adding a teaspoon of honey can make it more pleasant. Drink at the right time. For general health, drink 1 small glass in the morning on an empty stomach and again before lunch or dinner. For targeted healing, follow Dr. Lesenzer's schedule of smaller, more frequent doses. Follow the cycle. Use daily for 30 days, then take a 2-week break before repeating. This gives your body a reset while keeping the benefits strong. Over time, you may find, as I did, that preparing this juice becomes as natural as making morning coffee, but with a far greater impact on your health. When I first heard about potato juice, I'll admit I was skeptical. I'd spent years chasing complicated health trends, exotic powders, imported teas, and supplements that promised the world but delivered very little. The idea that something as ordinary as a potato could make a difference seemed almost laughable. But I realized something important: health isn't built on rare one-time miracles. It's built on small daily decisions we make without fanfare. Potato juice became one of those choices for me. At first it felt strange, even inconvenient. But within a few weeks, I noticed subtle changes: better digestion, steadier energy, and a certain lightness in my body that I hadn't felt in years. I also learned a deeper lesson. We often ignore the simplest tools because they're not wrapped in shiny marketing or endorsed by a celebrity. Yet sometimes those overlooked habits are the ones that quietly rebuild our health from the ground up. Now, when people ask me what made the biggest difference for me, I don't hesitate. I tell them, start small, stay consistent, and don't underestimate what's already within your reach. You might be surprised at how far those simple steps can take you. Looking back, I think what surprised me most wasn't just how much potato juice helped, it was how such a small, affordable habit could ripple through my life in so many ways. My digestion improved. My skin looked healthier. I felt calmer, more balanced, and even my regular checkups began showing better numbers. It reminded me that health is rarely about one giant leap. It's about steady, deliberate steps. And it's about being willing to try something new, even if it comes from the most ordinary source. I think of my friend Helen, the one who first introduced me to this. Months after she started her daily glass of potato juice, her doctor noted improvements in her blood pressure and cholesterol. She had more energy to play with her grandkids, and she told me she hadn't felt this light on her feet in years. Not every remedy works for every person, and I'm not here to promise a cure-all. But I can tell you this: when you combine common sense with consistency, nature has a way of rewarding you. So maybe tomorrow morning, as you stand in your kitchen, you'll see that bag of potatoes differently. You'll see them not just as food for the plate, but as fuel for your well-being, a reminder that sometimes the path to better health starts with what's already in your hands.